So if I give you this as a question on your test, let's say maybe on Friday instead of, Thursday instead of Friday, could you do it? Could you get this problem correct? Do you minus or minus? Do you have the skills to answer this question today, right now, correctly on your paper? Do you have the skills?
To what?
I don't.
Yeah, do it.
I don't have any skills.
Don't say the answer.
The answer is whatever.
Okay. So like we learned yesterday, you circle everything but the subtraction and the addition. So you start circling, once you see a subtraction sign, you stop. Then you create a new circle. And Manuel, these new circles, what this causes to do is they end up giving us like mini little problems. That we need to answer. All right? What is the answer? 11. Very good. You do what's in this circle?
2.
You get 2. Bring down 7 minus 2 plus 6. So 5 plus 6 gives you 11. Now, Alyssa, you know how sometimes we use a calculator in different types of math? And calculators are useful. But, unfortunately, calculators do not know how to do order of operations. I know. A calculator can be very useful, but calculators don't know order of operations. Now, do we all agree that this answer is 11? Yeah. We understand how we solved it. If I were to use a calculator to solve this problem, and I were to type it out using a calculator, I would do 7 minus 20 divided by 10 plus 6. My calculator says my answer is 4.7. But the answer is really 11. Let me do it one more time. 7 minus 20 divided by 10 plus 6. The calculator says the answer is 4.7. But we need to stop, ladies. Just stop. Yes, just stop. Okay? Because this is important. You will get these questions on the map, the SBAC, whatnot. And if they allow you to use a calculator, you know how sometimes it pops up and you're allowed to use a calculator? Cool, awesome. You're like, yay, let me use a calculator. If you use a calculator for this problem, the calculator will give you the wrong answer. I just showed it to you, right? So, we're going to be using calculators towards the end of the period. But you have to tell the calculator what to do first. So if you had this problem, what would be the first thing you would type into your calculator?
11.
You would be calculating 20 divided by 10. That's the first thing you would be typing into your calculator. So this whole Mylin, we're circling. This still helps you. This is the first thing I would type into my calculator. Now, some of you can probably do it in your head. You don't really need it. So when you're using a calculator for order of operations, you kind of still have to tell it what to do first. Don't just type this out. If you just type this out, you'll get the wrong answer, even though you're using a calculator. Crazy, huh? All right. So 8 squared plus 16 divided by 4 minus 10. So your whole circling situation is extremely helpful, Randy, that we write this down. So we're going to circle this problem, 8 squared. I stopped circling because there's an addition sign in Manuel, and I don't like to circle addition, so I just close it. Writing this down with the circles. Okay. 16 divided by 4 minus, stop circling. So I'm going to circle this and stop right there in kind of weird circles. And then the 10. All right. Can I just type it in like so for my calculator?
No.
No. If you just type it in like this, you'll get the wrong answer. What can I type into my calculator first?
16 divided by 4.
All right. What's 16 divided by 4? 4. I mean, you all know that without a calculator, right?
Yeah.
Then the minus 10, then the plus. Oh! 8 squared. 16. No! 64. Because 8 squared really means 8 times 8.
Oh, yeah.
So write it down so we don't forget. We're practicing. We're doing.
I literally didn't count. Oh, no.
Hey, Family is 65, no?
Because 8 times 8 is 60.
50. It's 64.
Bro, I didn't go.
What do I do with it?
Oh, cool. Thank you. Thank you.
I guess I'm getting picked.
Isn't it 64?
What?
8 times 8.
Yes, 8 times 8 is 64, not 16. It's not 8 times 2, 64. All right.
68 minus 10 is
Now, we're going to, now that we have only addition and subtraction, now we're going to do the math from left to right, kind of like we're reading a book. So 64 plus 4 minus 10.
I'm confused. I think you said 60.
Oh, some kid said, a student said 8 to the power 2 is 16, and then I'm like, yeah, my brain wasn't fully functioning, but you guys corrected me, which is fantastic. All right. Now let's do some with parentheses. I'll turn it over. You can take a picture. 20 divided by parentheses 2 plus 3 times 6. Write it down, write it down, write it down. No, this is what I need you to work on. No, you don't. This is what you need. You're literally telling me I'm off task, Miss O'Malley.
No, to know if it's like a multiplier or not. It's multiplication.
It's just the parentheses. It's parentheses. Because there's an operation.
We'll see.
Oh, if it's not.
All right, Mylin, take a picture of this. Quick, go. Quick. Quick. Don't get me in it. It's my bad side.
If the operation is not there.
How much
Yes,
is it?
correct.
What'd you have?
Thank you. Okay, what?
24.
I don't know. Jeez, it's scaring me. It is. All
Yeah.
right. What do I do first, though?
Add 2.
Parentheses. 5. So, now that I have division and multiplication, right? I got rid of the parentheses. I did the math, Randy. Now it's like, well, it's one giant circle because there's no adding and subtracting. So what you do is you do the math, Emmanuel, from left to right. We're just going from left to right like we're reading a book. We don't. When we read this word, then we read this word, and we read this word, right? We don't go backwards. What's 20 divided by 5? 4 times 6, 24. Now, what if you made the mistake of doing, you know what? I'm going to do a mistake and go 5 times 6 and get 11. Then when you drop down the 20 divided by 11, can you do that?
No. Turn down.
I mean, you can, but you get a decimal and it's horrible and we're not doing that. It's not. It's 30. I was just trying to see if you were paying attention. Good job. Yeah, that's right. It did on purpose. Everything.
5 plus 6.
I would never. All right, Brenda. So you end up with 20 divided by 30, which is not possible. So when you do that, when you're doing this math and you're like, what? How? No, I can't do that. Probably means you're not doing the correct order. Okay? So you can stop yourself. None of the answers today are decimals. So if you end up like dividing by a weird number and you're like, wait, this is going to give me a decimal, stop, go back, figure out what you did wrong. All right. What if I end up with 2 parentheses? Thank you. Gosh, my brain is on. 2 parentheses.
Oh, you
Yes?
always go starting from the left side to the right.
Yeah, so you gotta do this parentheses. Mylin, write this down, please. 6 plus 4. 6 plus 4. 10. divided by 7 plus 3, 10,
1.
which is equal to 1.
I'm too beast.
It's just too much. Just too much. All right. 12 in the parentheses minus 7 plus 6 squared minus 20.
Oh, 6 times.
Writing this down with a smile on our faces, even though I can't see it because of the mask, but it's cool. I know I can feel the smiles.
Dude, my mask is my fine.
Is it?
Girl, yes.
But we're not shining out because it ruins the surprise.
Guys, you need.
Okay, do the parentheses first. 12 minus 5.
7.
I do that a lot where my brain's already thinking of the answer and then I write the answer. Plus 6 squared. 36, not 12, not 12. Then you're going to add and subtract from left to right like you're reading a book.
36 minus 20?
No, 5 plus 36 first because it came first right there. 41, very good. Minus 20, 21. All right, now, trick question.
Trick or treat.
All right, Santiago. 1 to the power of 2. 1.
2. I mean, wait. 1 times 1. Huh?
1.
Oh.
1 to the power of 2 means 1 times 1, which is 1. 1 to the power of 3.
My brain came
No, 1, 1, 1.
My brain came
I was supposed to say 3.
I said
1 times 1, 1.
1.
Times 1,
1.
1. Yes, a lot of times students want to say that this is 3, right? But avoid that. It's 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1. Huh?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, sure, fine. I don't know if you can handle this.
my brain came from.
She's gonna give us an easy one. 1.
One.
It's 1.
All right,
I don't know
fine.
how you